During this video, I'm going to show you the exact process that I teach my speakers for how to find the right people on LinkedIn who are going to book you for an event, how to start conversations and turn those conversations into appointments booked. I'm going to keep it really simple because it doesn't need to be complicated. Now, if you watched the last video, you'll remember that I talked through 3 different ways that you can generate leads. So as a quick overview, in the previous video, we spoke about how there's 3 columns where you can generate leads. So there's referrals, word of mouth, and speaker agencies. This is really low control and luck based. You've got the middle column, which is visibility. So this comes down to how people see you online through your social content, your YouTube, podcasts, speaker events, your website. You have some control here, but you need to be doing the 3rd column. And this is proactive outreach. This is connecting with people on LinkedIn, engaging with people that have commented and liked on your posts, and essentially asking people for the business. If you haven't watched that video yet, I recommend that you go and watch that video before you jump into this one. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can take full control over your lead generation and use LinkedIn to work through the middle column and the end column to generate bookings for your business. So at the moment, most speakers that I meet with are posting content on LinkedIn and waiting for somebody to get in touch with them. The speakers that are getting consistent bookings through LinkedIn are the ones that are adding an extra layer on top of the content that they're posting. So rather than just posting something and sitting back and waiting, they're actually taking control and they're engaging with people and using LinkedIn as a networking platform. Look, as a speaker, LinkedIn is an incredible platform. There are so many opportunities for you to get business through LinkedIn if you use it in the right way. You've got event agencies, event managers, speaker agents, speaker bureaus, all of these people that will book you for an event spend their time on LinkedIn. The question isn't whether the right people are on LinkedIn, they absolutely are. The question is whether you know who those people are and you're actively networking with them and talking to them. It's a really simple 4-step process that you need to follow. Before you can do this though, you need to understand who your ideal client is, the problems that they have and how your product or how your keynote solves those problems. You also need to have a clear view of who is actually going to be booking you, because those are the people that you need to target. So if you don't know that information yet, I've got another video that helps you work through those questions and get to the right answers. I'll put the link in the description below. Okay. So the first step that you do is you need to search for your ideal client. So step 1 is the search. And this is going to be event agencies, event managers, directors, whoever the person is that you've identified that's going to book you, you need to be searching for them. And then once you've done the search, you want to create a list. I would start with a list of 20 people that you want to connect with each day. So you've done the search and then make a list of 20 people. In order to make sure that you have the most success, here are a few things that I would add to your search criteria. So I would make sure that they're active on LinkedIn. So what I mean by that is that they've engaged with or they've posted their own content within the last month. You don't want to be trying to do some outreach or trying to network with people who haven't posted for 6 months, because it shows me that they're not active on LinkedIn. You also want to look at the type of content they're posting, because you want to see what they're spending their time on LinkedIn doing. So what you want to be doing here is finding a piece of content that they've posted within the last 2 or 3 weeks and engage with it. But post something meaningful. Don't just like it and comment, great post. Actually react to the message in the post so that they know that you've genuinely read it and you've taken something away from it. If you can ask a question at the end of your comment, then that is the best thing to do, because they then need to engage with it. They need to reply to you. So the second step is engage with their content, like, comment, ask, question, and if you can, if it's beneficial, share or repost. The more you're doing here, the better. You're engaging with them, you're making it feel like they're giving you value, and if you ask them a question, you're getting them to come back to you. And then once they come back to you, you can then send them a message and start the conversation. So step 3 is the connection request. And what you want to do is reference the post that you engaged with in the request. And this just amplifies the point that you're paying attention to them. It also boosts their ego, right? If you've posted something, you're posting something because you want people to react to it and want people to engage with it. Imagine the situation where you've posted a piece of content and then somebody likes it, someone comments on it, that same person then sends you a connection request and says, hey, that was an incredible post. I really liked what you said about this. I'd love to connect with you. I mean, come on. You're going to feel so good. You're going to want to talk to that person. You're going to be happy to engage with them. Whereas if you just send someone a cold connection request, they're less likely to continue a conversation with you if you start messaging them. So think about that. Remember how you would feel, and try to come across as genuine as possible. Even if their latest post was them at an event, you can still say, hey, I really like the post that you shared about this event. It looks like it was fantastic. What was your role in the event? Step 4 is where the real process starts happening. This is where, once they've accepted your connection request, you dive into their messages and you start sending them a series of messages that qualifies them so that you know, I can help this person with a problem that they face. I can provide a service to this person. We should work together. That's the end goal. Okay, so the 4th step is the messaging sequence. Now, this is a series of messages that you build based around the problems that you solve for your clients. And this could be 3 messages, it could be 4 messages, it could be 5 messages, it can be as many messages as you need it to be, but the outcome is to understand their goals, their pain, struggle. So you can ultimately say, can I help you? And you should be structuring those questions in a way that you know, if you've asked them these 5 questions, they've told you their goals, they've told you their pains, they've told you their struggles, they told you what problems they need solving, you can then say to them, hey, based on everything that you've said, I genuinely think that I can help you with ABC problem. Why don't we set up a call and we can talk about how we could work together? And it's as simple as that. If you want to know what that messaging sequence looks like for the speakers that I work with, I've got a free PDF template that takes you from the moment that you can make a connection request to the call being booked. And this includes the messaging sequence, what messages to send and when, how to follow up to a message if the lead goes cold, and ultimately will help you move from having a connection request accepted through to booking an appointment with an event manager. If you want to get that messaging sequence that's going to help you convert those connection requests into appointments booked, There's a link in the description to this video. Click the link and download it. The sequence usually starts with questions around how they usually find speakers and what do they usually use speakers for at events. It then moves into understanding their process, more about their business, how they get freelancers, how they use suppliers and what suppliers do they work with. There will be a point where you will mention your services, but right now you're just trying to understand more about their business and you're showing genuine interest in how they work. So there you have it, 4 steps to use LinkedIn as effectively as possible and go from posting content and waiting for somebody to get in touch with you to taking control and actively managing 4 simple steps where the outcome is you get an appointment booked. Step 1 is the search, making sure that you're searching for the right people on LinkedIn. You're connecting with the people that are going to book you for an event. Step 2 is engaging with their content, genuinely showing an interest in something that they've posted and commenting, liking on it, asking them a question. If you can, share and repost it, but just don't do it for the sake of sharing and reposting. Only do it if you genuinely see the value in doing that. Step 3 is sending the connection request. As soon as you've commented and liked on one of their posts, immediately send the connection request and reference the post in the request. That's really important. Make them feel good about the post that they've written. Make them feel like you're showing a genuine interest and they've given you value, because then when they accept the connection request, they're more likely to speak to you. As soon as you receive the accept, step 4 is the messaging sequence. As soon as somebody accepts your connection request, you start sending them messages. These 4 steps now become part of your daily operating rhythm. I call them my daily reps. And it's the first thing that I do as soon as I log on every single morning. And it consists of these steps. The first step is checking any new connections. So anybody that has accepted your connection request, anybody that sent you a connection request, you execute the message sequence. The second step is engagement. So look at who has liked your posts, comments, shares, reposts, any engagement on your posts. See who is engaging with it, and then you start to engage with them. So if somebody's commented on your post, reply to it, then go to their page and start the 4-step process. They're already engaging with you. So reply to the comment, go to their page, find a post, like, comment, send them a connection request. Once they've accepted the connection request, start the messaging sequence. Any engagement, you react to that engagement and you start a messaging sequence. Even if your reply to their comment is, I'm really glad that you enjoyed this post, what message did you take away from it, or what did you actually find valuable about it? The next rep is post new content. So ideally you want to be posting a piece of content every day. It doesn't need to be a video, it doesn't need to be an article, but if you can get to a position where you're posting regularly, even if it's a repost of somebody else's with your reaction, but try to include this in your daily reps, just post something so that this then puts more content on your page that other people can react to. So when you log in tomorrow, you've most likely got more likes, comments, reposts, reshares, you've got more engagement to work with. And then the next one is 20 new connection requests. Each day you should be going for a minimum of 20 connection requests. So this is exactly what we've just spoken about, the 4-step process. Find your connections, comment, like, send them a connection request, and try and achieve 20 a day. Ideally, that's on top of any other people that are liking and engaging with your posts. And then the last one is empty message box. So the more you do this, the more messages you'll have. You need to get to the end of each day with 0 unread messages in your inbox. So the daily reps process is look for any new connections that have accepted, execute your message sequence, look for any engagement that you've had on your recent posts and execute the process. So step 1, go to their profile, like, comment, engage on their post, send them a connection request. The third step is to post any new content if you've got it. Then you go into your 20 connection requests. So you need to be doing a minimum of 20 connection requests each day. And then you want to be working through your messages. The order that you do these is really dependent on what you want to do. Some people like to get through all of their messages as soon as possible and then start their connection requests. Me personally, I do all of my connection requests first because that for me is the most important thing, is getting the new connections, building my network. So there you have it, 4-step process. Find the people who are going to be booking you for the event, engage with their process, send them a connection request and start the messaging sequence. And then build your daily reps and make sure that your daily reps become a habit.